Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're decoding a word you hear in basically every single job interview, but rarely see broken down step by step. We're talking about professionalism. We're going to translate this vague corporate buzzword into a concrete, actionable toolkit for you. Whether you're walking into your very first internship or just looking to sharpen your workplace presence, This Explainer gives you absolute clarity on what it actually takes to succeed.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, decoding professional behavior. Second, mastering time and communication. Third, discipline and continuous learning. Fourth, the power of teamwork. Fifth, common mistakes to avoid. And finally, number 6, your blueprint for success. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. Decoding professional behavior. So this brings us to a massive question. What actually makes someone professional? It's a term thrown around in every entry-level job listing, right? But what are the tangible habits that actually define it? It turns out it's not just about wearing a suit or, knowing which fork to use at a fancy corporate lunch. It's about a very specific set of daily actions in the workplace. We often assume professionalism is just this inherent personality trait you're born with, but honestly, it's a learned behavior. It's a series of conscious choices you make every single day.
Our source material gives us a really clear working definition here. It says professional behavior means conducting oneself in a responsible, respectful, and disciplined manner. Think of those 3 words, responsible, respectful, and disciplined, as kind of like the 3 legs of a stool. If you pull out any one of them, say you're incredibly respectful but completely undisciplined with your actual work, well, your reputation immediately starts to wobble. It's the daily balance of all 3 traits working together that truly sets you apart from the pack.
And this really illustrates why companies care so much. They don't just value professionalism to be strict or to force everyone into a boring corporate mold. They value it because it actively builds trust, it improves teamwork, and it creates a highly positive work environment. Without these traits, a workplace just grinds to a chaotic halt. Professionalism is essentially the social glue that allows a group of strangers to collaborate and achieve massive goals without driving each other totally crazy.
Moving on to Section 2, Mastering Time and Communication.
Okay, so the absolute baseline of trust in any professional setting is time. A professional intern always manages their time effectively and completes assigned tasks before deadlines. It sounds super simple, right? Just do the work on time. But consistently hitting those targets is literally the fastest, most undeniable way to prove to your team that you are reliable. When you miss a deadline, you aren't just running late. You're spending your team's valuable time and forcing everyone else's schedule to shift.
But time management doesn't exist in a vacuum. It requires constant communication. Mastering this 3-step communication flow keeps you perfectly aligned with your team. Step 1. Communicate politely. Tone really matters, especially in emails. Step 2. Provide regular updates. This is huge. Your manager should never have to guess where a project stands. Proactive updates eliminate their anxiety for sure. And Step 3. Ask questions for clarification. Never just sit there and suffer in silence if you're confused. Asking questions actually shows you care deeply about getting it right. Now, let's be real. Even with perfect communication, you're going to slip up eventually. You might send an email to the wrong person. That's just being human. But when things inevitably go wrong, taking full responsibility for your mistakes and learning from them is the ultimate proof of your professional maturity and accountability. Dodging blame or making up excuses? No way. That just shows a total lack of self-awareness. Owning your errors turns a negative situation into a massive win for your reputation. Let's look at Section 3, Discipline and Continuous Learning. Since internships and entry-level roles are explicitly designed to give you practical experience, maintaining discipline is a must. This means you need to follow instructions carefully, show a genuine willingness to learn, and most importantly, remain totally open to feedback so you can continuously improve your skills. It's so easy for our egos to get bruised when a manager corrects us, right? But the professionals who truly skyrocket in their careers are the ones who literally crave feedback and immediately apply it to their next task. Section 4. The Power of Teamwork.
Teamwork is a massive part of being professional. You contribute directly to a highly productive environment by following a few simple steps. 1. You have to respect your colleagues. 2. Cooperate with your team members. And 3. Contribute positively to the broader group goals. The modern workplace is incredibly interconnected. Your ability to seamlessly mesh with the team or simply bring a positive, solution-oriented attitude to a meeting is one of the most heavily valued skills you can possibly possess.
Next up, Section 5, Common Mistakes to Avoid.
I think this comparison really hits the nail on the head. On the left, we have the classic pitfalls: missing deadlines, ignoring messages, or submitting incomplete work. We've all seen that one person who mysteriously vanishes when a big project is due, right? Those are the absolute fastest ways to lose trust. Now compare that to the professional approach on the right, being punctual, responsible, respectful, and committed to learning. It's a night and day difference. Avoiding these pitfalls isn't about being perfect, it's just about avoiding unforced errors.
Finally, Section 6, your blueprint for success.
So, you might be asking, why go through all this effort? Why sweat the small stuff? Well, because by committing to these foundational habits, interns don't just survive the workplace, they build a seriously strong professional reputation. And that exact reputation is what increases your chances of future career opportunities. People absolutely remember who made their lives easier and who they could trust when the pressure was on. When a promotion or a full-time offer opens up, your rock-solid reputation is what gets your name mentioned.
Listen to this incredible insight directly from the source material. Professional behavior is not just a workplace requirement. It is a habit that contributes to long-term career success. I absolutely love this framing because it completely changes professionalism from some boring corporate mandate into a lifelong superpower. It's a habit. You aren't just following rules to appease a boss, you're actively constructing the behavioral engine that's going to drive your entire career forward no matter where you end up.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to take a look at your own daily routine. What professional habit are you going to build today? Will you start communicating a bit more proactively? Committing to hitting your next deadline a full day early? Or maybe taking real accountability for a recent mistake? The difference between an amateur and a highly respected professional is just a series of small, disciplined choices. Which choice will you make today? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and keep building those habits.